Havoc in 1999 with the goal of creating technology to make computer games more immersive and interactive. And since that time, we've become one of the leading middleware providers in the games industry, focusing on physical simulation. And since we were acquired by Intel in 2007, it's been a busy time. We've doubled our number of products. So our products include rigid body simulation, soft body and cloth simulation, most recently AI, also character behavior and destruction.
So I know that game developers know your tools really well, but maybe you want to talk about what kind of experiences you can create for users now with some of the new Vista case.
Absolutely. Well, the easiest way to do that is to show a few demos.
Yeah.
So we've got Ross.
So Ross is
on hand. Yeah, absolutely. So let's start off with the first demo showcasing some of our cloth technology. So this is one of our developers on a bad day. So what we have is a side-by-side comparison of with and without Havoc. So on the right is the basic trawl, and on the left is the version enabled by Havoc cloth and soft body technology. So Ross, if you can bring up the mesh, you can see how much is actually simulated. So we simulate the cloth, and we simulate the tissue of the, even some of the subtle things like the jowls and the soft tissue around the legs. So let's focus in a little bit more on the simulated character and bring up some of the performance statistics associated with him. So there we see we're running on the latest Core i7, and in these 6 threads here, we've got the green and blue represent different parts of the simulation. So let's add in a few more of these guys to see how it goes. So we can pretty much keep on going, creating an army of these guys. Let's bring up the stats again. So you can see how we scale extremely well across the 6 cores on this architecture. And this goes across the breadth of our product. Okay, so let's have a look at a slightly more demanding example of cloth simulation. So typically in games you'll find that a lot of the clothing is relatively tight-fitting, and that's because it's quite difficult to animate free-flowing cloth. And as you see, we have an animated version here. But let's have a look at a side-by-side comparison of this versus a Havoc-enabled dress. So you can clearly see the Havoc-enabled version. I think you can spot the difference between them. The Havoc-enabled version is much more realistic and lifelike. And there's just no way that you can create that kind of effect by animating the cloth. So not only do we save developers time because they don't have to do the animation, we also create a much more immersive and realistic character through our cloth technology. Again, let's focus in on the Havoc